Hello everyone, this is Zing speaking. The topic of this training today is the introduction of integrated furniture, and it includes three sections. Section 1, the development of furniture, briefly introduces the evolution of furniture and the characteristics of furniture at each stages. Section 2, the classification of integrated furniture introduces the classification of integrated furniture according to space and functionality. And Section 3, the components of integrated furniture for wardrobe, introduces the basic structure and the functional space division of the wardrobe. First of all, let's start from the development of furniture. After I searched for some information on the internet, the history of the development of furniture is relatively long and complicated, so I only briefly introduce the three important evolutions of the development of furniture. In short, the impetus of furniture development comes from human survival activities. Taking some following examples. When you are standing for a long time, you may need a chair to have a break. Surely you will be tired if you sit for hours, and then a bed is needed. House comes because there must be some spaces for our life and work. With the increase of living and working supplies, it is necessary to store them in different categories. Then, wardrobes and other cabinets appear. From this era, you can see that the evolution of furniture mainly includes finished furniture, woodworking, and integrated furniture. In the stage of finished furniture, people's demand for furniture is only to meet the daily classification and storage functions. When it comes to the stage of woodworking on job site, in addition to meeting the needs of basic functions, people have some personal needs for furniture. The emergence of integrated furniture is based on the above two stages. At this stage, people will consider the use of furniture more and more complicated, not only to meet functional requirements, but also to meet aesthetic requirements and environment protection requirements. Next, I will share some advantages and disadvantages of the products in these three stages. I hope that you can recommend the appropriate products to customers in future work. After all, there are a certain number of audience for products of these three stages. Compared to woodworking and integrated furniture, finished furniture is in more high use rate. That's due to its large output and high category matching rate, which can gather all kinds of furniture in a style system. But it has some disadvantages. It is small in size and has small storage capacity. It is in fixed size and can be customized according to space, which results in a low space utilization. Its simple function can't satisfy the demands of classification storages. The biggest disadvantage is that the finished furniture is shipped after it is installed, and the product may be damaged during transportation. According to my work experience, finished furniture is suitable for customers who have particularly high requirements on the overall home style or have a very limited budget. In other words, the order amount is either very high or very low. What is your opinion on this? I believe you can summarize some advantages and disadvantages of woodworking through this picture. Although woodworking products have achieved customized demand, from the point of environmental view, the entire environment is very messy and dirty. The materials used may not be environmentally friendly materials, and the workmanship of workers determine the quality of products. lacking after-sales service and quality assurance. However, due to its low cost and convenience, it is still welcomed by customers. Next, let's go to the integrated furniture section. Integrated furniture can be customized according to different spaces. As you can see in the picture, it can cover most of the family spaces, such as bedroom, living room, and entry. And with the continuous development of computer software, furniture companies can use professional drawing software to make 2D drawings and 3D renderings, and a designer can communicate with customers and make design changes until they meet our customer needs for furniture. The advantage of this is that customers can see the final installation effect before our furniture is produced. The materials used in integrated furniture are all highly environmentally friendly materials. Since they are customized, the customer's living habits and the principles of ergonomics will be taken into account when designing, making customers feel more comfortable and convenient when they are using furniture. Next is the second part, the classification of integrated furniture. This part mainly includes the classification of different spaces and the classification of different functions. Both of them will have certain concept repetition, but this is theoretical knowledge. We can roughly understand it. First of all, for the classification of different spaces, integrated furniture can be divided into the following spaces: hallway, dining room, living room, bedroom, and balcony. Generally speaking, furniture in the hallway is mainly shoe cabinet, which is the face of the family's daily life. The shoe cabinet not only has the function of putting shoes, but also considers some intimate functions that the family members actually need, such as setting a few places for umbrellas and keys. The shoe cabinet can be designed creatively according to the actual situation. For example, the internal function can be divided by family members. It can be divided into men's areas, women's areas, children's areas, and other areas. It can also be divided by commonly used and less commonly used, and set the internal partition according to the size of the shoes. Whether it is used well or not will affect the first impression of relatives and friends when they come home. So please carefully consider the layout of this space in your future design work. As the nearest space to the kitchen, dining room provides the function of family gathering and eating so that the family can share happy times. For people who pay attention to the quality of life, they not only need the delicious food, but also need a dining room that matches the delicious food. As a storage cabinet for tableware and drinks, the main reason for the emergence of the dining set cabinet is to display and store the good-looking tableware at home, while ensuring sanitation. In the design process, the number of family members and use of comfort must be taken into account. On this basis, the appearance should be considered, and it must have a sense of transparency and lightness. The design of TV cabinet in living room also deserves serious consideration. In addition to receiving friends and relatives, the living room also has a display function, which allows visitors to intuitively see the customer's life taste and quality of life. The design of TV cabinet can not only meet the functional needs of customers, but also embellish the living room, making the living room more tasteful. Therefore, people have higher and higher requirements for TV cabinets in modern life, not only to be beautiful, but also to be practical. In addition to placing TVs and stereos, they also have storage and display functions. From this point of view, the design of the TV cabinet is particularly important. The designer should be able to give professional advice for the structure and overall color matching. There would usually be a wardrobe in the bedroom, and some customers would require a TV cabinet. When designing the wardrobe, the layout design should be based on the actual situation of the room and the needs of the family. You can design the wardrobe according to family members. For example, for young couples, the clothes are more diverse. The wardrobe should have enough functional spaces to facilitate the separation of different clothes. For children, the wardrobe design should pay more attention to its environmental protection and safety. Considering its growth, you can design more adjustable shelves to adapt to the changes in children's needs. For the elderly, you can consider more shelves and drawers when designing the wardrobe, and the height should not be too low or too high. Set a common area in the middle to facilitate the elderly to take clothes. In addition, you can also divide the wardrobe according to the type of clothing, such as shirt areas, skirt areas, coat areas, jewelry areas, and so on. Although the balcony doesn't occupy much space in the whole family, as long as we use it reasonably, it can also bring us some surprise. Balcony storage is mainly achieved through balcony cabinets, so how to do design to make the entire balcony look neat, beautiful, and practical? It can be designed with a combination of washing machine, washing stand, and a storage cabinet, which is overall and beautiful and also guarantees functionality. The cabinet can store some items used for laundry and drying, which is very convenient to use. In addition, the balcony space design can also adopt the small desk and the small bookcase design form. If the balcony area is large, you can choose to put a bookcase with a desk. If the area is small, you can put a wall cabinet or shelf above, put a desk below. Now, let's take a look at the classification of integrated furniture according to different functions, which are mainly divided into two categories. One is the wardrobe category, and the other is the non-wardrobe category. First, look at the classification of wardrobe. It can be classified by shape, style, and door. Classified by different shape, it can be divided into I shape, L shape, U shape, and E shape. Place doing the design based on the space and the customer's actual requirements. Classified by different style, it can be divided into classical style, European style, modern style, American style, and so on. You can change the door style and the carcass color to match with the style. In our official website, you can find a lot of 3D renderings. If you have no clue in the design process, you can go to the website to get some inspiration. Classified by door, it can be divided into sliding wardrobe, hinged door wardrobe, and long door wardrobe. We can also call it walk-in closet. Each kind of wardrobe has its own characteristics. First, let's look at different kinds of wardrobe classified by shape. I-shape. I-shape wardrobe is lined up. It gives people a simple and bright feeling. The operation process when people are using it is in a straight line, which results in that people feel quite convenient to use it. Due to it applies a small space, the storage space of this kind of wardrobe is not big, but each part of space can be fully utilized through the overall consideration of the designer and the use of functional accessories. Look at this picture. The combination of wide door and glass door makes this wardrobe is full of sense of modernity and fashion. L-shape. An L-shaped wardrobe consists of two sides and uses the corner cabinet to connect both of sides, which can improve space utilization. If there is obvious vacant space or irregular space in bedroom, L-shaped wardrobe is a good choice when the bedroom has large space. U-shape. This type of wardrobe is suitable for a separate room and is very popular at present. Most of people like this kind of wardrobe and think it is special and fashionable. The biggest advantage is that it can store plenty of clothes and jewelries, which is adapted to the modern life. E-shape. E-shape wardrobe is similar to the U-shape wardrobe, except for an extra row of cabinets in the middle. Next, let's look at different kinds of wardrobe classified by style. Classical style. The classical style wardrobe generally adopts broad and exquisite molding to create a stable, gorgeous, and noble feeling. The greatest feature of this kind of furniture is its magnificence and elegance. Classical style wardrobe usually uses solid wood materials. The texture of natural wood is beautiful, clear, and exclusive. The classical style wardrobe devotes particular care to the molding. It usually uses plenty of decorative lines, which are generally more traditional and classic patterns and carvings. It makes the classical style furniture have strong cultural atmosphere. However, today some classical design give up the complicated patterns and exaggerated lines of the old-fashioned classical style furniture to cater to the modern aesthetic. Nordic style. The main characteristics of this kind of furniture are practical and close to nature. With bright lines and compact shape, it would not damage the texture of the wood and inject the inherent personal and dedicated texture and warm color into the furniture. It uses the most direct lines to outline, showing the unique, elegant, and pure original charm and aesthetic feeling of Northern Europe. The combination of a straight line and a soft curve outlines the appearance of furniture with simple lines. Nordic style wardrobe is famous for its simplicity, strong meridian feature, and smooth line design, representing a fashion and returning to nature. American style. American style wardrobe has its own rich cultural flavor. Americans have a nostalgia for its own history, highlighting its classical and romantic atmosphere. The design of American style wardrobe is fond of adopting old techniques and especially emphasizing the practicality of furniture. It generally uses the natural solid wood and leaves traces of live carving on the surface. Therefore, the American style wardrobe has both functions and decorations. Modern style. Modern style wardrobe is dominated by light colors such as white and wood color, and are designed to be simple and elegant, with fewer pattern accessories. Modern style design emphasizes functional design with simple and smooth lines and strong color contrast. The use of new materials such as tempered glass and stainless steel is also a common decoration method for modern style wardrobe, which can give people avant-garde and free feeling. Because of the simple lines and few decorative elements, the modern style wardrobe needs a perfect soft outfit to show beauty. Last, let's look at the different kinds of wardrobe classified by door. The difference between the hinged door wardrobe and the sliding door wardrobe is that the doors are opened differently. The hinged door wardrobe relies on hinges to open the door, while the sliding door wardrobe relies on the upper and lower rails and pulleys to push the door open. The hinged door wardrobe is more convenient to use and has a larger view range, but it occupies a larger position after opening the door, reducing the shape utilization rate. The hinged door wardrobe is various in appearance and can be flexibly matched. The sliding door wardrobe is more space-saving and the structure is relatively stable. The layout of the internal functional parts needs to be strictly considered to avoid inconvenience of use. The disadvantage is that the view range is small. At the same time, the wardrobe can also take the form of a combination of a sliding door below and a hinged door above to rationally use the space. Cloakroom wardrobe is generally in the shape of U and E, with various design forms and complete functions, which is suitable for families with economic conditions and pursuing higher quality of life. Next, let's look at non-wardrobe products. The functional orientation of non-wardrobe products is very clear, which can be known from their name. According to their functionality, they can be divided into shoe cabinet, TV cabinet, wine cabinet, bookcase, dressing cabinet, and so on. When doing this type of cabinet design, we must focus on its main functions and set functional accessories as much as you can according to the needs of customers. For shoe cabinet, the middle part of the shoe cabinet can be left empty for storing keys, bags, and coats. In addition, a pot of green plants can be placed to refresh the air. The bottom can be suspended to store frequently changed shoes, and when you go home, you can easily change shoes. If the space is large enough, you can also customize a small booth on the shoe cabinet, so that you can sit on the booth and change shoes, making the shoe cabinet design more user-friendly. For a TV cabinet, the size of the TV cabinet should consider the size of the space. The TV cabinet in the bedroom and the TV cabinet in the living room should be reasonably selected according to the size of their respective spaces, so as to ensure the reasonable use of space. According to the needs of modern people, TV cabinets can be designed as wall cabinet, floor cabinet, and combination cabinet. Wall cabinet and floor cabinet mainly emphasize the design sense between the TV and the TV wall, but the storage space is small. Combination cabinet can weaken the use of the TV wall and increase the storage space while playing a certain role of separation. For wine cabinet, designing a wine cabinet at home is sure to enhance the style of the home environment. And the wine cabinet is not only used for storing wine, it also has decoration and display functions. The design of wine cabinet can be generally divided into storage wine cabinet and partition wine cabinet. Storage wine cabinet is generally placed in the dining room, which has a function of storing and displaying wine, improving the space grade. Partition wine cabinet not only has a function of blocking the partition, but also served as a wine cabinet storage, increasing the practicality of the space. For bookcase, in the design process of the bookcase, we must consider the proportion of open space and hidden space dispersion, so as not to make the bookcase seem cluttered. Generally, the depth of bookcase and bookshelves is about 30 to 35 centimeters, but as an open bookcase space, it also needs to ensure the visual aesthetic effect. It is best to have some space for small decorations after placing books and magazines. The last part of this training is the components of wardrobe. Whatever the size of wardrobe is, we should try our best to make our functional area clear and completed during doing the design. So let's first understand what a wardrobe with a fully functional partition looks like. As shown like this picture, you can clearly see that a fully functional partitioned wardrobe includes the following partitions: hang-in area, stacking area, functional area, storage area, and display area. Hang-in area, it can be divided into long and short spaces. It usually sets in hanging rack to hang clothes, which is convenient for taking and avoiding wrinkles. Long coats, shoes, and fabrics that are easy to be wrinkled need to be hanged. Stacking area. In order to save space, you can fold and store unused and wrinkle-free clothing. You can't stack too many clothes, otherwise it would not only crush the lower clothes, but also cause trouble when taking them. Generally, stacked clothes are best placed in a partition or a drawer. Commonly folded clothes include men's shirts, knitted clothes, sweaters, and so on. The storage area generally refers to the space above the wardrobe, where bedding and non-seasonal clothes will be placed. The functional area will use different functional accessories to achieve its functions, such as setting a trouser rack to hang pants, setting a lattice to put some jewelries. The display area generally uses blank place to put some decorations, such as toys, photo frames, and so on. In addition, it can also put shoes and bags. The cabinet partition should be designed according to the actual situation. My suggestion is that there should be at least 3 partitions for a wardrobe. The storage area at the top, the hanging area in the middle, and the stacking area at the bottom. Of course, the layout of these partitions must be designed according to the customer's living habits and the comfort of the space. Next, let's look at the composition of wardrobe. It's a U-shaped wardrobe. It consists of 6 parts: crackers, door, hardware, decorative components, functional fittings, and functional accessories. It can be seen from the picture that the crackers is the main part of the wardrobe, which determines the overall size of the wardrobe and the size of the storage space. The door mainly includes the hinged doors and the sliding doors, which determines the appearance of the wardrobe. There are many kinds of hardware, such as the hinge that connects the crackers and the door, the handle, the eccentric fitting that connects the panels, and so on, determines the service life of the wardrobe. A decorative component can play a decorative role, and the reasonable use of the decorative parts can make the wardrobe look more beautiful. For example, different shapes of top lines and decorative columns can be applied to different styles of wardrobe design. Functional fitting mainly refers to drawers and trouser racks customized according to the size of the cabinet. And functional accessory mainly refers to those that can be installed inside the cabinet. Functional accessory is fixed size and has strict requirements on the side of the cabinet. The reasonable use of functional fitting and functional accessory can improve the space utilization rate of the wardrobe and the functionality of the wardrobe. From this picture can be seen the frame of the cabinet is composed of the top panel, bottom panel, side panel, and back panel. You can add shelf, hanging rod, lattice, trouser rack, and so on in the frame. The main details have remarked on the picture. You can read by yourself, since we will talk about it in the next training. Here you just get a rough idea about it, okay? Finally, let's summarize the composition of wardrobe. It includes carcass, door, hardware, decorative components, functional fittings, and functional accessories. Here is the end of this training. Thanks for your watching. See you.